Thank you so much. That was just wonderful. Last year, 5 days before Christmas, a menorah was placed on the courthouse lawn in Maui, Hawaii. And the ACLU threatened to sue, saying that this constituted government endorsement of religion. Well, Hanukkah is about government endorsement of religion. Back about 2,100 years ago, the Greek government thought that Greek gods belonged in the Hebrew temple. And there was a public revolt, and the temple was rededicated. The Maccabee brothers overthrew the Greeks and cast their gods out of the temple. And reportedly, they relit the lamp of the temple, but they only had enough oil for 1 day. And miraculously, the oil lasted 8 days. Thus, Hanukkah is an 8-day holiday where an additional candle is lit each night. This year, Hanukkah is celebrated December 4th through 12th. Thus, none of our candles on our menorah are lit today. Unitarian Universalists recognize Hanukkah because we believe it is possible to learn from all religions. We are not threatened by the diversity of religions, but we do get concerned when someone proclaims that they have the one true religion. Which brings us back to Maui and the establishment of Hanukkah and Judaism as the official religion. According to the Maui News, county workers raised a festive tree at the Kaluna o Maui building Wednesday, just 5 days ago before Christmas, after receiving a letter from the American Civil Liberties Union, warning that the existing holiday display of a Hanukkah menorah was unconstitutional. The letter threatened a federal lawsuit if the display was not corrected. That's fine to have a menorah up, but it needed to be part of a holiday display that was secular in nature, said Deputy Corporation Counsel Tracy Fujiyata Villarosa. We're just adding some holiday decorations. County Information Officer Ellen Pellicero said, the lighted menorah was set up earlier in the month after members of the Maui Mitzvah Center, a Jewish outreach organization, asked if they could display it at the county building. The rabbi asked the mayor if he could put up the menorah, and we said sure. I guess nobody else asked, so it appeared to be an endorsement of religion, but it really wasn't. The county had meant to put up Christmas lights this year, but they sort of fell through the cracks. In its letter to the county, the ACLU cited case law and found that government displays of religious symbols on their own could be perceived as an unconstitutional endorsement of religion. But government displays that include secular holiday symbols like Christmas trees alongside religious symbols did not endorse religion. The goal of the ACLU is not to ruin any celebration of Hanukkah or any other religious holiday, but rather to ensure that the government does not endorse the views of one religion to the exclusion of others, wrote ACLU Legal Director Lois Perrin. Now, Hawaii is pretty laid back compared to the rest of the country. They are a bit more used to religious pluralism than, say, North Carolina. In Hawaii, 9% are Buddhists, and 18% claim to be non-religious, and Christian make up only 68% of the state. There are only about 3,000 Jews on Maui, yet the government wanted to accommodate their request for a menorah. When alerted to legal difficulties, they quickly moved to include everybody. That is the American way. All religions are equal under the law. No religion gets favoritism. The Bill of Rights was ratified on December 15th, 1791. And the First Amendment reads, Congress should make no law respecting the establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. Now, I think December 15th should be celebrated as a national holiday. What if on December 15th, in every town that has an illegal, government-sponsored secular display, the people would peaceably gather on the courthouse lawn with the news media, the free press present. They would speak freely and then add secular and a variety of religious artifacts to the display in order to bring the display into compliance with the Constitution. That would be freedom of religion in the public square. It would not be a war against Hanukkah. It would not be a war against Christmas. It would be a peaceful promotion of the U.S. Constitution. But that America does not exist. There are a loud minority of voices that want Christmas to be the only holiday recognized at this time of year. They believe that any recognition of any other religion is blasphemy. To them, freedom of religion means freedom to persecute other religions. They want the government to only recognize Christianity. I imagine they would have a problem with the state of New Jersey. The state of New Jersey lists the holidays of various religions that students are allowed to take off of school without penalty. Whereas, according to New Jersey State Authority 18A 3614 through 16 and NJAC 6A 3283 regarding public absence from school because of religious holidays, the Commissioner of Education, with the approval of the State Board of Education, is charged with the responsibility of prescribing such rules and regulations as may be necessary to carry out the purpose of the law. And they proceed to list every religious holiday they can think of in the year. And so they try to be inclusive. In December, they list December 5th as the first day of Hanukkah, December 8th, the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, December 8th, Bodhi Day, which is Buddhist, December 20th, Eid al-Adha, the day of sacrifice in Islam, December 25th, Christmas, and December 26th, Kwanzaa. But such attempts of inclusion are derided by those who insist incorrectly that the USA was founded or should be a Christian nation. This intolerance is anti-Hanukkah, it is anti-Buddhist, it is anti-Islamic. It is a theocracy and therefore anti-American. The most recent issue of Church and State, the magazine of Americans United, has the following article. Americans United and other separationist groups have merely pointed out the Supreme Court, in a series of rulings from the 1980s, have stated that the government bodies may include some religious elements in their holiday displays as long as secular items are included as well. The so-called plastic reindeer rule can lead to jarring displays such as Santa and his elves flanking a nativity scene. Americans United and other separationist groups have merely pointed out that such bizarre decorative events can be avoided if religious decorations are left to the houses of worship. The groups have also noted that government cannot display religious symbols standing alone. The High Court has also ruled that a public space is an open forum that can be used by private individuals who may erect religious displays at their own cost. AU and other organizations do not oppose this, but note that all groups must be given access, including non-Christian organizations or groups that oppose religion or whose message is deemed controversial. Fox Network has taken up the cause of the war on Christmas, and another trick of the Fox gang is to shift discussion of what retailers are doing in December. Some stores use generic holiday greetings such as Happy Holidays or Season's Greetings because they do not want to run the risk of offending potential customers. Others mention Christmas. American United points out that retailers, as private entities, are free to use whatever decorations and terminologies they like. Retail stores are not arms of the government and are not subject to the commands of the First Amendment. In other words, if some shops are using generic language, the owners made that decision, not government officials or church-state separation advocates. Americans United Barry Lynn says it's ironic that the religious right leaders use the war on Christmas as another club in their arsenal. Christmas is supposed to be a season of peace, goodwill, and building bridges of understanding. Yet the religious right uses it to inflame passions, divide Americans, and increase tension in society. I believe that Unitarian Universalists are in a unique position to promote religion in the public square. After all, it was a Unitarian, Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Virginia Law on Religious Freedom. It was Roger Baldwin, a Unitarian, who founded the ACLU, that has defended that freedom in this nation throughout this century. We as UUs believe in inclusion. We believe in fairness. We believe in the free and responsible search for truth and meaning. And because of that, we know that a Christmas tree is really a pagan symbol, even when it's called a holiday tree. The first Hanukkah was the replacement with one state religion for another. Now, it should be recognized as a great victory for the majority of people living in Jerusalem at the time. It was the restoration of majority rule. But we live in a country that not only has majority rule, we also protect the rights of the minority. At least we should. So from sundown December 3 to sundown on December 12, we are free to wish everyone, Jewish or not, to have a happy Hanukkah. We can amplify the voice of the minority. On December 8th, we can wish them a happy Bodhi Day for good measure. On December 15th, we should say Happy Freedom of Religion Day and say happy everything to everybody. The reading from Frederick Douglass about the limits of tyrants was written in the context of slavery. But it is our duty, in the face of a new tyranny that is trying to be enforced on this country by a minority, because not all Christians are trying to enforce this. It is a small minority of Christians who want this country to become an officially Christian country and deny the rights of other religions to exist. And if we're silent, people will think we're in agreement. I'll talk louder, as we all should during this holiday season. We probably need to be louder in our support of religious freedom. Each religion or non-religious institution has to defend its own right to be heard, and we need to defend our right to be heard. But more importantly, our faith gives us the freedom and the obligation to defend the rights of all religions to be heard. Government neutrality is vital for religious freedom. Government involvement in religion is bad for government and bad for religion. We can only be free if we insist that others be free. May we bless and be blessed.